Thank you. I'm back like I never went. First of all, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to congratulate our leaders that are acting both in acting and that are serving both in acting and substantial capacity. Congratulations. You are appointed because you are believed in, because there's so much faith in you. Go out there, make us proud, ladies and gentlemen. We believe in you, the nation believes in you, the nation believes in us. Wherever you go, you are carrying all of us there. Whenever you do something that makes us proud, you're making all of us proud. And yes, whenever you do something or you're involved in something that brings disrepute, it brings it to all of us. But we are confident and hopeful that you're going to represent us well. Go shine. Go make us proud. Go make the nation proud. People look up to us. They have so much hope in us. Our duty is to keep that hope alive. I salute you. I salute all of you comrades that have made us proud in all the offices that you sit in. Recently, I tweeted and asked some of you, abaina omutwalo bagompere Honorable Jays. Abambanga mbiwakumwadde nsimanyi mutwalo kigo mwamwadde gwe Uganda. Bomba mwamwadde gwe Uganda temumanja nze nategeeza gwe Ukraine. But I thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to address you on 3 or 4 main issues, ladies and gentlemen. At the beginning of this month, I traveled to Venice in Italy and later on in the Telluride Mountains in America. We had gone for the official screening of our new documentary film called BOBI, Ghetto President. Although National Geographic, which is now taken over its distribution, has renamed it The People's President. The documentary, ladies and gentlemen, chronicles the details of our struggle since we started practically taking on the dictatorship. But most importantly, it highlights on the horrors that the people of Uganda have suffered under General Museveni. Never has it been done in Uganda or even in Africa to, in a detailed way, document the realities that the people are going through. You will notice that General Museveni has been very smart. He used the word siasa when he had just come. Some of us didn't understand because we were too young. But Museveni was smart, very smart in painting a rosy picture about his rule. Internationally, he was, the benevolent dictator, to the extent that some leaders, like President Clinton, called him the new breed of leaders in Africa. They didn't know the kind of brutal dictator that Museveni was. And you'll agree with me that in this movie, in this documentary, we've been able to unmask Museveni and his dictatorship. We've been able to show the true picture of Museveni. I'll also inform you that Museveni spends billions of taxpayers' money paying lobbyists in America and Europe to paint a glossy picture of his rule. Many were shocked to see the real picture of Uganda under Museveni. So I want us to once again congratulate ourselves because we were able to show the world the realities that nobody would have seen otherwise. And I believe that this is the biggest assault on Museveni's fake image that he had painted across the world. From launching that documentary, I proceeded to visit Ukraine. I went along with comrades from Ghana, from Tanzania, and from South Africa. We went to witness firsthand the situation in Ukraine and how people are faring since the Russian invasion. Ladies and gentlemen, I and many other people that believe in freedom and independence, we believe that Ukraine, like all other countries, deserve freedom, deserve independence. The same way we support countries like South Sudan, countries like Somaliland, we support Ukraine to remain free from dominion and to remain independent. Although some African countries, and particularly those that are ruled by dictators, have come out to stand with Russia, I want to make it clear that this is not a war of Russia, this is a war of Putin. Many of the Russians actually disagree with this war, but like Uganda, many of them cannot protest, they get arrested. You know, dictators always stand with each other. That is why mainly the dictators in Africa either abstained from voting or outrightly supported Putin. Why? Because they relate with Putin at a personal level. They get their favorite toys, their favorite tools of suppression, that is weapons, from Russia. And therefore, they are, conditioned to stand with Russia, ladies and gentlemen. We must not forget that the Russian narrative has sunk so much in Africa. We salute the Soviet Union for standing with us in our struggles against colonialism. But I must remind you that Ukraine was also part of the Soviet Union when we were fighting colonialism. So when we stand with the people of Ukraine, I've heard some regime propagandists claiming that we are not standing with the people that stood with us during our struggle for independence. I will remind you that in particular, the freedom fighters of South Africa, in particular the armed wing, the Mkonto Usizwe, 40% of them were trained in Ukraine in their struggle for freedom in South Africa. Therefore, by standing with Ukraine, we are not only standing on the right side of history. We are not only doing the right thing, but we are actually returning a favor. Ladies and gentlemen, most importantly, I, on behalf of the National Unity Platform, want to welcome and thank the European Union for the resolution they passed deterring the oil companies under their influence from supporting the East African crude oil pipeline. And we are glad that they cited the issues clearly, issues of gross human rights abuses and gross, environmental abuses. For a long time, ladies and gentlemen, we have been calling upon the international community to stop being the wing beneath Museveni's wing. We've been asking them to stop standing with dictator Museveni. You all remember that the EU Parliament passed a resolution condemning the rigged election of 2021. And this is yet another prayer that has been answered. We know that we need our oil. We know that that oil is supposed to change the lives of the people of Uganda. But we also know that General Museveni has said it not only once, that that is his oil. We tell Museveni that is not your oil, that is our oil.
People power.
It will be betrayal, it would be a disservice to the people of Uganda if the world's democracies stood with a dictator who is only using the resources of Uganda to enrich himself and to subjugate the people of Uganda. We therefore welcome that resolution, and we want even more. We've been calling for sanctions, and it's at this time that I want to salute our diaspora teams and all Ugandans that have added their voices on our calls. We called for sanctions for Museveni and all those that he uses to oppress Ugandans. We got some sanctions against the likes of Abel Kandiho. We welcomed them, but that was not enough. We want sanctions against Museveni and his son as well. We have got, a good sign from the EU, but we want more. Just yesterday we learned that iPod is also packing up.
Thank you.
We've been telling iPod that for us we are not Museveni's friends. We are not interested in having tea and taking pictures with him, because that is, in a way, legitimizing his rule. So we are thankful that IPOD also saw what we want, but we want more. You know that we took Museveni to the International Criminal Court. We are looking forward to a day when the International Criminal Court will also sanction Museveni, his son, and all those murderous people that he uses to kill the people of Uganda.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, while those are very important issues, I will not forget to mention that today is a full year since our comrade MPs, Honorable Sejirinya Muhammad and Honorable Alan Sewanyana, are incarcerated with no justification whatsoever. We continue to call for their release. Also, ladies and gentlemen, you all have seen that there is a new wave of abductions, gross human rights abuses, and I expected everybody to raise their voice on that. No wonder that the EU Parliament has cited gross human rights abuses. Forget those that have been evicted off their land. Over 100,000 people have been evicted from their land, especially in the Bunyoro region, and in most cases violently, to apparently pave way for the pipeline. Now, any government that thinks development does not include the well-being of people and respecting their fundamental rights, that's a wrong government, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, I will also add my voice on the people of Uganda that are suffering in the diaspora. Our brothers and sisters, many of them have had their organs taken away. Many of them have been abused sexually and otherwise. But as we speak now, more than 1,000 Ugandans are stuck in the diaspora. Now, I saw this Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Tayebwa, claiming that for the EU to stop the construction of the oil pipeline, the crude oil pipeline, is an act of neocolonialism. I looked at this man and I couldn't find the right description for him. All clad in colonial outfits, putting on those silly wigs that he does not even know what they mean. But he's calling out neocolonialism. Every dictatorship always pulls out the Pan-African card. This is the time the Tinyefuzas of this world are talking about Pan-Africanism. When you do not stand with their fellow dictator, Putin, they call you, they say you're not a Pan-African. But these are the so-called Pan-Africans that have seen our brothers and sisters facing racial segregation in China in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Myself and other Pan-Africans offered a plane to repatriate them back home. But Museveni's regime denied us landing space to bring our brothers and sisters back home. Today, our black brothers and sisters are facing oppression in the Arab countries. They are stuck, they just want to come back home. Museveni can afford to use Uganda's money to take his daughter to Germany to give birth. They can afford to put one person on Uganda's plane to go for treatment, but they cannot afford to bring back our brothers and sisters that are suffering in the diaspora.
So hurting.
That is why, in our little abilities, we have decided to stage concerts in various places so that we raise funds to bring back these our people from those areas where they are. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Katika mbiogere mu Luganda.